I notice how sometimes a simple moment carries the weight of centuries, like the way my fingers hover over a key, or my eyes pause on a word, and the world feels heavier than it is. That's the same weight I feel when I think of the Mahābhārata, the war itself. Though the battles are vivid, violent, cinematic, but the tension that hums beneath everything, the tension of choice, of karma, of the unspoken consequences that stretch across time. I wonder if the epic is really about external events, or if it's a mirror for the battlefield inside each human consciousness. Perhaps every hesitation Arjuna felt, every counsel Krishna offered, is also a pulse inside my own awareness. Conflict in the Mahābhārata is not only a fight between clans or armies. It is the friction of reality itself, manifesting in human form. Every dialogue, every mortal quandary, is like a spark in the quantum field of consciousness. You notice how Arjuna looks at the battlefield and suddenly sees everything: his family, his teachers, his Dharma, his fear. He freezes, not out of weakness, but because the infinite consequences of his action are visible in that moment. It makes me realize, maybe every choice we make, even the tiniest one, contains multitudes. And that, perhaps, is what karma is: resonance. Not punishment, not reward, just the natural echo of energy meeting awareness. I sometimes imagine that the Mahābhārata is less a story of the past and more a template of human experience. Each character represents tendencies in consciousness: the hesitation of Arjuna, the unwavering principle of Bhishma, the cunning of Duryodhana. They are all inside us. The war is internal. The battlefield stretches across every thought, every desire, every hesitation and impulse. And when I think of that, I feel a subtle vibration in the mind. It's like noticing a pattern you didn't realize existed, yet it is always there, shaping what you perceive, what you feel, how you move through life. Karma, then, is a quiet teacher. I say quiet because it doesn't shout. It doesn't punish in a way we can always recognize. It is like a mirror reflecting the subtle tones of our own actions, our choices. A word we speak, a decision we defer, a glance we give or avoid all. These are threads in the web of consequences. And yet, in the epic, it's not meant to make us fearful. Maybe it's meant to make us aware. Awareness is the subtle difference between being swept by life and noticing the currents. In this light, every decision becomes a kind of meditation. Every conflict a signal to pay attention to the resonance we create. I wonder about the quietest moments in the Mahābhārata, the night before a battle, the silence between words, the pauses in conversation. It feels like the epic is whispering that these moments are where real choice lives. Not in the dramatic act of striking a weapon, but in the mind that holds the weapon, that weighs intention, that senses the consequences before it moves. And if we observe ourselves in life, we see this too. The tension before speaking, the hesitation before acting. It is the same terrain, and in noticing it, we begin to feel the subtle architecture of karma, the invisible geometry of consequence and choice. Oh, choice. I keep returning to it. It is not always obvious, not always moral or ethical in the way we like to think. Choice is the alignment of awareness with action, with consequence, with subtle timing. Even the so-called wrong choice has its resonance. Even hesitation has its power. Perhaps the Mahābhārata is showing us that every moment is pregnant with potential, and the mind that notices, the awareness that pauses, is participating in the unfolding of cosmic intelligence. I might be wrong. Don't believe me, but what if even this thought is part of that same war? The war of noticing, the war of consciousness awakening to itself. And yet, there is no need to resolve anything. The epic does not tell us how to act, not in a prescriptive sense. It simply allows us to witness, to feel the tension, to notice the consequences stretching out like ripples across a pond we can never fully see. And when we do notice, just notice the inner friction, the subtle echo of our choices, the way conflict always emerges and dissolves. Perhaps we glimpse something. Perhaps we begin to feel the architecture of consciousness itself, the hidden geometry of cause and effect, the resonance of action meeting awareness. I realize now that even this story, even this script, is a kind of battlefield. Words are the weapons. Silence is the shield. Thoughts are armies moving across the mind, sometimes clashing, sometimes blending. And if I allow it, I feel the subtle hum beneath everything the Mahābhārata, not as a tale of kings and gods, but as a living map of choice, of awareness, of karma. And maybe, just maybe, if we trace these currents carefully, the next episode will show how this resonance carries into the way we perceive time, intention, and the flow of life itself.